Hello everyone, Giltar here, and I've got a question for all you guys. Basically, what are you looking forward to this year in terms of hobby products? And it can be anything ranging from action figures, model kits, you can even go into like things you enjoy in other areas of your hobbies, like watching certain TV shows or movies, books, novels, comic books, anything like that. Please leave a comment or do even better a video response and let me know what you're looking forward to. What got me thinking about this particular question is that last night Tallgeese II, who's one of the YouTube users around here, has uploaded an update on his work in progress for his Tallgeese II model kit. It's the 1/100 Tallgeese III from June of 2000, and you can configure it in a few different ways, and he's chosen to use the Tallgeese II configuration. And it was great seeing him upload that progress update because he only has a couple of videos, but I think it's partly because he's pretty busy in his own personal life, so he doesn't have all that time to do all this hobby stuff like some of us. And so it's great seeing an update of his model work there. And also he shows off his Master Grade Easy 8, which is a really nice design and model in my opinion. So yeah, please guys check out that video on his channel for that update. And he's also using Krylon Fusion to paint his Tallgeese II, which is pretty cool because I have some interest in using it. It's available at my local hobby, or rather hardware store. And Teov seems to have been able to create a smooth finish using Krylon Fusion. So I'm really interested in that for sure. But for me, in terms of what I'm interested in this year coming out, or at least some of the things I've been keeping an eye on, I'll share with you guys just briefly, or as brief as I can. So here, first of all, it's not really a revision, but it is kind of an update to the Master Grade Unicorn Gundam, which, it's pretty neat. It's got improved knee articulation, an extra horn or V-fin, and some other refinements to the sculpt. But the big point for this sort of product for me is the cage accessory here. To me, it looks like kind of like a literal cage because it's holding it in, but it looks like just simply like a maintenance bay, I guess. So if any of you guys know more about the Unicorn Gundam, the RX-0, please let me know what this cage thing is for sure. I'd like to find out more about it. Though one thing that did sort of pique my interest is the fact that this kind of resembles in concept the chain-based accessory by Kotobukiya, which Versus Z reviewed a while ago. I'll link that review in the sidebar here in the description. Next up, for not really a re-release but a reuse of a design, which is the Astray Red Frame Kai in the Master Grade line. And I like this model kit for, you get the extra katana. I don't know if it's going to be the Tiger Pierce or another Gerbera straight. But the tactical arms here, I think it's pretty interesting because it turns into a bow. And why that's interesting to me is that it sort of fits the samurai motif that the Astray Red Frame has, because samurais traditionally used not just the katana, but they also used usually bows because they were horseback soldiers, and pole arms or spears. Usually the Yari or Naginata or Nagi-Yumi, I guess. So that's an interesting fact. I think the bow really adds to the motif of the samurai sort of inspired design of the Astray Red Frame. Next up is another reuse, which is the 00 Gundam. I really like this kit because the Seven Swords G kit, first of all, has both the GN Buster Sword and like the GN Blaster Rifle 2, I think it's called. And you can put either one on the GN drives on the shoulder so that you can get a more or symmetrical look. You have a more balanced look to it, whereas the normal Seven Sword system just has the GN Buster Sword on one of the shoulders, which makes it sort of left or right heavy, I guess. Another thing I like about this model kit is that you can get this little wire cable attachment that makes the tip of the blade look like it's shooting out, so that's got great display and posing potential. And finally, I like the fact that it looks like Bandai is going to be using clear green GN beam effect parts for the edges of the blade, which look very light, almost clear plastic, like no color. And I like that because it gives it more of an energy feel. If it's too dark in color, I feel it looks a little too much like toy plastic. So I hope the final product does use the lighter colored plastics. Next up, I'm looking at another sort of older concept, but I think brought in for the first time. High Grade Universal Sentry is now going to see the Zaku 2 F2 type, which is one of my favorite Zaku variations. As you can see here, the traditional Zaku 2 is more bulky, whereas the Zaku 2 F type remains the same in terms of the legs, but the upper body is sort of smaller and slimmer, so it gives it a more lanky, athletic appearance. I really like that aspect. Also, the kit comes with quite a few accessories, and apparently the back and side skirts have quite a few ports which you can peg accessories into, like an ammo drum, the machine gun. So I'm really looking forward to this kit. I think the Zaku 2 F2 type and the Gira Zulu are going to be probably my favorite high-grade Universal Century models of 2010, unless Bandai, really brings out something really special at a later point this year. Finally, I'm looking at the DC or D50C Loto, another high-grade Universal Century kit. I really like the design of it. It's really blocky and tanky and extremely machine-like. I know some people like sleeker designs, but I like machines that look like machines, to be honest. It's really small too, because if it's in scale, it's about half the height of a Jegan. You get 2 of these Lotos in one of the kits, so you get 2 for 1, which is nice because they're so small you deserve to get 2. One sort of concern I have is the fact that the parts and accessories are really small. So first of all, they can be easily lost, and they'll probably be easily broken if you're not careful. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that when I do get one of these kits. Now, going on a different route, I'm going to go over to the Super Robot Wars website, or the one that I go to is superrobotwar.wordpress.com, and I'm looking at the Altaisen version Progressive. It's basically a revision of the 1:144 scale Altaisen from Kotobukiya's Super Robot Wars line, and as you can see, it is significantly changed in the sculpting. So that's really nice to see, and it has a lot of articulation, a good range of it. And yeah, it's great for shoulders and the head and the arms, but I'm going to point out a few things here that I think is really important, or actually one thing in particular, the legs. Look how far the legs are able to spread, while the soles of the feet are apparently flat on the surface. That's really impressive, not only for a Kotobukiya model kit, but for even Bandai model kits. I mean, things like the 00 Gundam high-grade model is an exception to the rule. Most of the model kits there, you can get a decent sort of wide leg pose, but on average, nothing like this. So I'm really excited about the Altaisen version Progressive, and I'm looking at the back shot of the model because we can confirm that the left leg is flat on the ground, or left foot rather, and the right foot is pretty much flat on the ground too. And look at the wide leg stance. To me, that's a really significant point in articulation for this model kit. Also, again, obviously the shoulders have really improved articulation, so I'm really happy about that as well. Another thing I want to point out is the fact that the tip of the foot, or the front portion, the toes, can bend significantly. I mean, here's the front portion, here's the heel, that's usually the sole and heel, which is usually flat, so that's a significant bend for the toe. And here's another shot of the other foot with a similar bend to the toe, where it's flat on the ground. So I'm really excited about this model kit, and to be honest, I am considering pre-ordering it. I want to ask you guys another question. If you guys have any interest in the Altaisen, or any interest in the Altaisen version Progressive, let me know in the comments, or send me a private message, and if I see any interest in this model kit, I'll pre-order it, and as soon as I get it, I'll assemble it and review it for you guys, because I think this is a really interesting look at how far Kotobukiya has come, and how much farther they can possibly go in their model kit range. So that's really exciting for me. So aside from that, that's sort of a few things I'm looking at in the next several months of this year in terms of new products. Many of them are sort of re-releases or revisions of existing products, or older concepts that we're seeing for the first time in model form, at least from Bandai. And again, I want you guys to check out Tallgeese001's video on his update on the Tallgeese II model kit. It's pretty cool, and I can't wait to see more updates from him. I know he's busy, so I don't want to put any pressure on him, but I'm eagerly waiting for his next update. So again, guys, leave your comments and responses below. Video responses are great, and again, what are you looking forward to this year? What do you have any speculation on what could be coming up next in terms of new models, or maybe reuses of old models? So maybe, like for example, the Tallgeese variations from Wing. Are we going to see a Tallgeese Master Grade anytime soon? I think that's a really great looking model, and I think it deserves a Master Grade, to be honest. So thanks again to all of you guys for watching. Thanks to Tallgeese001 for doing his update, because I'm a big fan of his work. And again, guys, check out his channel. I'll put all the information in the sidebar. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching and got some of your thought process going on in terms of what's coming up or what could be coming up this year. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.